Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. We are, of course, live ahead of Game Week 6. What a week this is shaping up to be. I think this is probably going to be one of the busiest and most active streams we're going to have this season. Lots of people have got a lot of different things going off, so there's going to be a lot of questions, like I said, from everybody, really. We've got people playing Wildcard like myself. We've got people playing the Triple Captain, people on free hit, and I've seen some people as well on a bench boost this week. It's going to be a wild one, so make sure you are getting your questions in if you want them answered by myself. Of course, we're going to be doing multiple rounds of team reviews as well, so if you're on a wild card and want my opinion or want to know if you should free hit or bench boost or anything like that, get them in the comments as we'll try to answer as many as we can. Like I said, get the team reviews sent over to me on Twitter. There is a tweet, you will literally see it. It will say, "What team reviews right here." That is the place you go and leave them. I'm going to retweet it very, very quickly, so people can see it. But yeah, that's the venue. That's the place to leave them. So I'm going to just quickly retweet it live now. Boom, live now. So yeah, get your team reviews sent in on there, and obviously, yeah. We'll try and keep the stream as active as possible. Of course, if you are enjoying it, make sure you are smashing that like button. It does push it out to more people, which is exactly what we need to hit. We only are, I think, maybe like 9 subscribers as well, away from 19k, which is absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, if you do enjoy the content that you see on the channel, make sure, like I said, you're hitting subscribe, you're hitting that like button. It would be great if we could hit 19k. I'm expecting us to hit 19k today. I think the long-term goal, though, is very much in reaching, is of course going to be the big one. It's going to be the big juicy 20k. That is extremely close as well. So hopefully we can do it today. I can see it in the chat already. We've got plenty of questions flying in early doors. We'll obviously try and get around to as many as we possibly can in today's stream. Please don't spam though. I will try and just get round to them. There's no need to like spam. We'll try and get round to them. If everybody's polite and friendly, we're all going to get on. Okay? All good stuff. We've got a poll going around in the chat as well. Get your votes in for that one. What chip do you have active for this week? Are you playing the wild card? Are you on the TC? Are you on the free hit? Or are you on the bench boost? Let me know in the comments. Looking early doors, a lot of people on wildcard. I think yeah, I'm on wildcard as well. So, you know, I can get that. I can get behind that. That is completely fine. I think a lot of people probably, like I said, going to be in the same position this week. So, yeah, let's see what we've got kicking off in the chat then. The Essex Carpet Cleaning Company, who's become pretty much a regular in these streams. I'm enjoying it. He says, "Hello, can't wait. Hope you're doing good, my friend." We've got "Hello Tom, TC Haaland or just cap him. I'm currently 1.7 million rank. I haven't used any chip and I've matched this morning. I want to lock my team in now." I would personally, I don't think you're going to get any rank gain out of Haaland. Basically, Live FPL tweeted last night saying like they expect Haaland to be close to 200% effective ownership. So if you're going to captain him, you're pretty much doing it for just safety reasons. If you've got a gut feeling, you think he's the right captain for this week and you think he's worth the triple captaincy, then go for it. Then genuinely just go for it. Chuck it on him, hope for the best, and yes, see where you end up. That is honestly my advice for that one. Like, just go for it, man, if you're feeling it. I think it's a great week for him. We've seen the projected numbers over on Twitter as well. They're looking really, really good. So yeah, I'd fully back it. Wildcard, Reyes, Senesi, Keane, Richards, Rodon, Salah, Semenyo, and Dye, Reinders, Stack, Haaland, Porro, Rich. I wouldn't go for Michael Keane. Bramthwaite will be back at some point and will instantly go back in. So Michael Keane for the short, yes. But it is a transfer waiting to happen. I'm just going to say that. How do I get my team reviewed? If you go over to my Twitter, there'll be literally a tweet that says, like, this is the place. You can find my Twitter in the link in the description, or you'll see it pop above my head at some point. I think it's like FPL_Tom_. If you just type in FPL Tom in Twitter, I probably come up. I think you have cloned Golden Gold's wildcard team. Bro, everybody has this team. Everybody has this team, right? Everyone has this team. Has Raya gone up in price? Yeah, he went up in price Thursday night? He's up to 5.6 now, right? He is up to 5.6. Is there justification to go without Tarkowski on Wildcard and go with Palace defender or Virgil van Dijk, mainly to keep funds for Saka, Palmer, Isak in the future? Yep, definitely. There is definitely a case where you can go for that. I have just owned Tarkowski for me since the start of the game, and I've gone, this guy's a bit broken. I fully want to go and exploit that. So, yeah. Best 4 and 4.5 million defenders. Well, you got your two from Sunderland. I can't remember their names. Mukwele and is it Al Dente or something like that? They're pretty good value. Rodon, great value at the 4 million. I think still Esteve is still good value. He's hit DEFCON in quite a few games at the start of the season. The problem with Esteve is Burnley's fixtures aren't as good. So if you look into wildcard of the next few weeks, unless it's 8, you're not really fancying it. So, yeah, I think Leeds have some better games coming up. Sunderland have obviously been very, very good for XG conceded, so that's why people are looking at them. In terms of your 4.5s, maybe Richards. I'm trying to think who's around still at that price bracket, to be honest. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Who have you still got around the 4.5? Because most of the 4.5s that started the game have gone massively up. So Anderson's still at 4.5. Definitely worth having. Again, another absolute DEFCON beast. Let's have a look. 4.7. So you've got Richards at 4.5. Anderson at 4.5. Adelaide at 4. Rodon at 4. Diakante at 4.5. If you can't get to Senesi, could still be decent route into that defence. Other than that, though, you are struggling. Like I said, everybody's probably gone up. I would prefer to take Rodon. Hit defensive contributions in quite a few games. So yeah, that's probably where my head would be at with that one. Hi Tom, are you doing team reviews? Yes, as always in these streams, we're going to do multiple rounds of team reviews. So get your team sent in to me. We're going to do them we'll do the first one at 7:15, okay? 7:15, a nice early one. Then we'll do another one at 7:45. And then the final one at 8:30, okay? They're going to be our rounds of team reviews for today. So, get them in. Get them sent to me over on Twitter at FPLTom_, and we'll get them done. Gokeres and Ndai or Saka and Richie. I'm having a very similar debate myself. I am really having a very similar debate myself. The thing with me is, right, I feel like Saka could be good. Saka could be very explosive. But I think if Gokeres is going to be on penalties, he's probably going to be the best asset, right? Just how I'm feeling right now. So I'm kind of leaning to that, and I think Richie is probably a transfer in 2 weeks. I feel like you're just instantly booking yourself in a transfer, but those fixtures for the next 2 are looking really good. So if you want to take that risk, back it, gamble it, I don't mind it. Should I start Paqueta or Calafiori this week? Who've West Ham got? Everton? I think with Newcastle and the way that they've started the season, I'd be tempted to play Calafiori. Do I captain Haaland or risk it with Semenyo? Go with Haaland. Haaland, by the way, is going to be, like I said, close to probably 200% effective ownership. So if you're doing anything other than probably triple captain him, you're not going to probably get too much rank gain out of him this week. That's genuinely how I see the game. With like so many people TCing, like look at the poll already. 52% of people are TCing this week. He is going to hit 200% effective ownership. He just is. So yeah, I would be a little bit worried about that one. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes. Let's absolutely smash it out the park. Like I said, the more likes, the more it brings people to today's stream as well, which is exactly what, of course, we want to see and try and help as many of you guys out as possible. And that is, of course, where we're going for. Could Salah fit in your team anywhere? He could, but I'm going to go without him for the next 2. We're taking 2 free transfers through with us. So in game week 7, we're going to have 3. Game week 8, we'll have 4. So I am going to be in a position where if I want Salah back for 8, I've got 4 free transfers where I can basically get him back any way I want. So yeah, Is it worth going to get Saliba for Munoz this week or next week? I think the Arsenal hop-on point, the ideal Arsenal hop-on point is going to be next week. But if you want to make that move one step ahead, obviously I know Munoz has got a difficult fixture this week, then I don't mind it. Like I said, Newcastle have been very, very poor for creating chances so far this season. Hello from Chicago. Who should I start between Wood, Sarr or Munoz? I think you take Wood, right? That is Wood's best fixture, so I probably would go with him. I'm very tempted to bring in Mbeumo instead of Bruno. Also, I don't want to lose all of the pen takers. I get Mbeumo's open play numbers looking very, very good. Very good indeed. So I get it if you want to back him, then yeah, I'm fully on board with that. I think it's a great shout, to be honest. But like I said, you do lose then a penalty taker, and that is for me one of the most valuable assets to have within the game is a penalty taker. But I get it. If you fancy in Brian, go for it. Why not? Gavin says, good morning all. Enzo says, good morning, Tom. I hope you're doing well, my friend. He says, captain armband on Foden for Daniel Fox. Big gamble, but if it works out, mate, why not? Why go Rodon and Anderson over Xhaka and Adelaide, especially for a Game Week 8 bench boost? I might not be 8 bench boost. I think I'm 9 bench boost. The thing is, I might even play it next week just to get it out of the way. It might be a Game Week 9 bench boost, and we're out the way then. We're out the way. Potentially, anyway. Potentially. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Potentially. Let's wiggle this around a little bit. Mohammed says, hello. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing good. Yeah, Wildcard's active. I've just updated my title so people can see that the Wildcard is 100% active for this week. So yeah, we've got the Wildcard active. Wildcard active. Team reviews are going to be done in 15 or so minutes. We'll get a good round of those done. I think we should be pretty close to 19k by now. Let me have a look. What we on? 5 to go. 5 people to go, and we hit 19k. So that's going to be a great way to start the stream, isn't it? Should I start Dej Spence? It's not a bad fixture, yeah. It's a pretty good fixture for Spurs. If your other defenders don't look great, yeah, go for it. My team is Petrovic, Verge, Anderson, Senesi. Do you think I should bench boost or TC? Saka, Sanchez, Gakpo, Munoz, Rodon. Probably TC. I'd probably TC with that. I'm tempted for Foden and Richarlison over Gyökeres and Stack. Go for it. Why not? I do worry, though, that both of them might be transfers out in the short term. Like, Foden probably is maybe a 2 to 3 game week punt. Richarlison maybe 2 game weeks. They are going to be booking in transfers in the future. Why no Spurs assets? Yeah, people have asked me quite a lot on that. And I do feel that is probably one of the downsides of the template is Spurs play Wolves and Leeds next, right? 2 good fixtures. The problem I have is I just can't find an asset that I'm in love with or I would want to select ahead of anybody else here. So Richarlison, again, it probably is my standout pick and the one I would go for. But I'm just looking at it and going, right, well, in 2 game weeks' time, I'm probably going to have to book in a transfer and maybe want to get him out. And if I'm going without Salah, I probably need to save my transfers in case he absolutely looks really good and back to his best and we need him for game week 8. So I'm like, right, do I really want to bring in a guy that I might have to transfer out early and waste some transfers and not have the moves to make Salah future? Then no, I don't want that. Xavi Simons' minutes worry me. So again, I'm not going to go near that. And also new to the Premier League, I've already been burnt by Wirtz this season. I'm not getting burnt again. Then we look at Kudus. His open play XGI is just pants. It's just terrible. There's nothing there. Go and have a look at it for yourself. I think he's creating 0.12 XG per game at the moment. Am I really going to pay 6.7 million for a guy that is creating 0.12 XG? I don't think I am. So why would I? Ndai's open play XG hasn't been great either, but he's on penalties at least. Like, that's his saving graces, where I go, well, if Everton get a penalty, then we're cooking, aren't we? If you have both Ndiaye and Kudus, who would you start? That's a good question. That is a very good question. I probably would go Kudus. I do think they've probably got the better fixture slightly, but I never feel comfortable benching a penalty taker. I never do. How come when I put this team in, it's 0.8 million? I mean, I've been farming price rises since Saturday. Like, that's one of the other main benefits, I think, of Wildcard in this week. The price rises I've been able to grab has been unreal. Like, genuinely unreal. I think I've maybe would have, if I'd have kept my original team, probably would have lost maybe like 0.5 in value. Off like Gui, Watkins, Verts all dropping, like all these players dropping off a cliff. Whereas what we've been able to catch is a lot of price rises, like Reinders, Haaland. I think, who else has gone up? Semenyo, I think, went up at some point in the week. Senesi I've grabbed, Raya I've grabbed. That is why, like, a lot of people will probably be like, oh, I've activated my wildcard today, and I've looked at the prices. Oh, I can't afford this team now that is like the template. Well, that's number one of the main reasons why you probably, if you're thinking about wildcarding, you should always wildcard nice and early. How much do you have in the bank? I think we've got like 0.2 in the bank. We've got 0.2 in the bank as well. So not too bad. Full Son on Mbeumo has great numbers. Feel like going him over João Pedro. I mean, Mbeumo is a midfielder, so yeah. It's going to be one of your midfielders you'd have to look for. But I do like him. I think he looks good. From what we've seen and what we've heard, yes, Gyökeres. And I think Harry made a great point on the FPL Wire this week, where he said Saka has always been a player that is very happy to give up penalties. If a new number 9's come into the club and given him penalties, would we be surprised? No. No. Do you think now Grealish is with penalties? No, Grealish is not with penalties. Never been a penalty taker, so yeah, no penalties for Grealish. With the way Aston Villa is playing, should we start Anderson over Gabriel or Gyökeres up front instead of Arsenal? Potentially. I get it. I do get it. There is a very good argument for that. And I've been thinking about benching Gyökeres ahead of Caicedo or Anderson. The only problem I would have with that is I do feel like Gyökeres and Anderson's floors are higher, but the ceiling's higher for Gyökeres. So yeah. I mean, if you can't afford Caicedo, probably Stack would be the one. What do you think about Fulham from Wilson? Not worth it. Like, I genuinely don't think any of the cheap midfielders are worth it. Like, just go Caicedo, go Reinders. They're probably two of the best value picks you can get in the game. They just, like, especially Caicedo, he is going to tick along extremely nicely. He's going to be an absolute monster when it comes to points this season. Like, he's just going to hit 4 most weeks. Sar's just come back from an injury. Palace have European football coming up. I'm not going to invest into it on a wild card. Not for me anyway. Again, like I said, you might as well pick an Ndiaye. You might as well pick a Reinders as your cheaper midfielders. And then assess what's happening with Sar. Assess how Palace get on with European football. They've not got the best 4 fixtures coming up. And I think after that point, we probably have a better understanding of how Palace's rotation works. How fit Sar is back after his injury. And then we can make a more concrete decision, in my opinion. Xavi or Kudus? I probably would prefer Kudus if I was to go for one. I think you've pretty much answered your own question there. Foden can be amazing, but can be very spotty. He just will be, won't he? The only concern for Caicedo is when the fixtures start to be good, I think Palmer or Enzo will be better for a midfield spot, right? I mean, again, I think so, but we're in a position here where I don't know what's going to happen with Palmer this season. I really don't. And when obviously everybody is fit and available, Enzo then drops back, so you lose his appeal. When Palmer's back, he then no longer takes penalties, so a lot of his routes to points are completely like wiped off a cliff when Palmer's back. And it's kind of one of those where I've only got 2 Chelsea, and I've probably picked the players that I'm expecting to play the most over the next few weeks. Like I said, we're going to bank some transfers over the next few weeks, and just keep banking them. So we're in a position come game week 8, maybe 9, we could be left with 4 or 5 in hand, and we can again reassess and get ourselves in a position to maybe match what the game week 8 wildcarders or the game week 13 wildcarders are going to have with their team, or resemble what their team is going to look like eventually. Who do I support, says someone. I support Mansfield Town. They play in League One. They are my team. All right? They're my team. What do you think of Richarlison for Gyökeres? I don't mind it. I just think you get Richie this week, right? But I would want an Arsenal attacker against West Ham next week. I just would. I'm bench boosting, says T. Part of the 3%. Very, very nice, mate. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let me have a quick check. Have we hit 19k subscribers? No. We need 3 more people. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're liking today's stream as well. Let's see if we can get today's stream up to 50 likes nice and early. So, yeah, get those likes in. Like I said, hit that subscribe button as well. Yeah, let's hit 19k subscribers. Honestly, unreal. So yeah, we'll do a nice little speech when we hit it. But yeah, Bruno or Fernandes. I honestly think Bruno Fernandes is probably one of the easiest holds for the remainder of this season. It's a bold statement, but I genuinely do believe it. I think he's probably, like I said, one of the best holds you could have for the remainder of this year. Once you get the Liverpool fixture out of the way, you are literally just cooking. You are literally just cooking. I might do a pinned comment for what time is team reviews. Let me do a pinned comment. So, team reviews are going to be team reviews. We're going to have 7:15. We're going to have 7:45. And 8:30. Still in BST. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pin that. Replace the pin message. There we go. I've just absolutely decimated my keyboard there. But yeah, there are the times for the team reviews, okay? 7:15, 7:45, and 8:30 BST are going to be our time for team reviews, okay? So get them sent in to me over on Twitter. And we'll get them done. All right, there we go. With a lot of players out for United, what will be the lineup for United? And will Bruno score? I don't think they've got that many players out, right? I think Cunha's back in, so I think it'll probably be Cunha and Mbeumo in front. And then you'll have, like, Bruno sat deep, maybe with, like, I don't know who's going to go in there. Maybe Mainu? I don't know. Who do you reckon goes in there? Mainu, potentially? Now that Caicedo's suspended? Not Caicedo. Casemiro suspended. Yeah, Bruno for me has so many avenues to points, right? Penalties, defcon, corners, free kicks, open play threat. Then you look at the fixtures coming up, right? Look at the fixtures here, right? Let me bring up his full profile. Can you see those? Yeah, you can. Wonderful stuff. So we've got Brentford this week, great fixture. Sunderland next week, great fixture. Liverpool away, not a good fixture. Brighton, Forest, Tottenham, good fixtures. Everton, Palace, West Ham, good fixtures. Wolves, Bournemouth, Villa, good fixtures. Newcastle, Wolves, Leeds. That run is ridiculous around the Christmas period. Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, that is an absolute lock. For a guy that is going to play guaranteed minutes, that is unreal and definitely massively investable. Game week 22 is where I probably would say if you are going to hop off Bruno at any point, it's going to be this period right here. But then again, look at it. It just goes back into being good. It just goes back into being insane. He could genuinely be one of the players that we do just own from, for the remainder of the season. He really could. He genuinely could just be, we hold him for the remainder of the season, and that's it. Bruno Fernandes, locked, just like that. So, yeah. Absolutely unreal stuff, really. Absolutely unreal stuff. It's 2 a.m. here in Montreal. I do always feel bad for the guys in America. Like, it must be so difficult. It must genuinely be so difficult when doing, like, the deadlines and stuff. Especially, like, staying up for, like, early team news and stuff like that. Must feel really bad. 1 p.m. in Thailand, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. You can kind of just chill out through the afternoon and do that. How do you feel about Minter? I think Minter's probably, again, going quite under the radar. So, yeah. What's my favourite Premier League team? If I had to choose one, I would say Brentford. I like just the way that Brentford have ran and the way that they've kind of came up through the past few years. All right, there you go. Would Doku be interesting? As a short-term punt, I think if I was on a free hit, yeah. Longer term, nah. With Raya goalkeeper and Gokra as a striker, would you choose Anderson over Gabriel as Raya is there for the defence? Pros, potentially. I just think, though, the way that Newcastle have started this season, they're probably going to try and grind out a draw. They realistically are. I don't think they're going to have too much attacking intent in that game. So let's just back the double defence. Canada, not America. Sorry. I forgot where Montreal is. Apologies. Is this the team? Yeah, I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty set with the team, to be honest. I have been for a few days. There's maybe been like 1 or 2 players that have been like flying around in my head that I might look at. But overall, yeah, I think this is going to be it. This is going to be the balanced team and the set team, to be honest. Yeah, this is going to be it. Why would one TC Haaland as Burnley look tight with the back 5? The thing is, that was a home game for Burnley. Going to the Etihad and trying to set up in a different way, it's going to be a bit harder. It's going to be a little bit harder. Like, it just will be. Yeah, I got it wrong, alright? We still only need 3 more people to hit that subscribe button to help us hit 19,000 subscribers on the channel. Of course, as well, make sure you're liking today's stream. What are we on? 38? Let's see if we can hit that 50 nice and early in today's stream. Would be absolutely incredible. Semenyo TC, not for me. Alright, not for me. But if you fancy it, go for it. I just think... yeah, go for it. What jersey am I wearing? I've got a PSG jersey on today. It's probably one of my favourites right now within the collection. I really like it. Where do we send teams? If you want to send teams to me on Twitter, we're going to do our first round of team reviews, okay? We're going to do first batch of team reviews. Then there'll be another one in 30 minutes as well. Who out of the front 3 would you change? Maybe Gokras if I was going to go for Saka. Everybody else, I think, just is fairly nailed. I think with the injuries at Chelsea... João Pedro just talks himself straight into that team just because he's going to have to play. Haaland, we know what we're expecting in captaincy potential for the next few weeks. I mean, it'll be whoever's first sub, so yeah, there you go. I mean, you shouldn't need to be verified on Twitter. You can just leave replies. You should be able to just leave replies, so that's not a problem. You should just be able to leave replies. No one else has ever complained about just being verified or anything, unless Elon, the bugger, has changed the rules and the way that Twitter works. That's the only thing I can think of. I've gone for a sneaky Gravenberch pick over Caicedo. Fair. I just don't think he's going to score again. If he does, then fair enough. Hey mate, was having a look at some differentials for my wildcard this week. Someone caught my eye as Estevo. Yeah, again, I get that Palmer's out for a few weeks, but trying to pick a Chelsea winger that is going to play consistent minutes is going to be a minefield, so I wouldn't even go for it. Will Wirtz start? Yeah, Wirtz will probably start with the Ekitike suspension. Longer term, though, is he going to be a good pick? Probably not. Does Romero worth the 0.4 to Van der Ven? Has hit DEFCON, I think, more. I think Van der Ven's points have been propped up by goals and stuff. Would you go double Arsenal attack, Gyökeres and Saka, if meaning downgrading Bruno to Mbeumo and Gabriel to Richards? No. Thoughts on Richarlison? Yeah, I really like Richarlison. I think he's going to be a very good pickup. I do. You don't message me. You just leave it under the under my tweet. Let's get this up, right? Let's get this up. I need to close my DMs as well. Let's close them down. No, you guys seeing who I'm DMing. There we go. Right. All you have to do if you want to get your team rated by me, like I said, is come to either of these streams right here, right? These tweets right here. Literally, just leave it under one of these tweets. That's all you've got to do. You don't have to DM me. You don't have to do anything else. You just reply to this tweet with a picture of your team. Okay? That's all you got to do, okay? Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Right. Let's head to the first one we've got. Would appreciate your thoughts. This is the wildcard team. I wouldn't have Isidore. I really don't like Isidore as a pick. I think if you're going to go for the cheap budget forward, probably going to be Lyle Foster. I think Sunderland have like 3 forwards now, right? That are fighting for positions. Only one Arsenal does feel maybe like an oversight. Like next week they have got West Ham. So yeah, that would be my concern. The rest of the team though looks pretty good. Does look pretty good. Taylor Allen. There's a wild card or not wild card? I'm guessing not. Looks decently set up for this week. Yeah, could even bench boost with that, but yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not too bad. Should I bench boost TC or save my chips? I would be tempted to TC with that. Yeah, I think you've got Haaland. Just TC it. TC it. This is my wildcard team. Please review it. I'm thinking of Kudus to Xavi. What's your opinion? I think both are fine. I think it's just personal preference. Chalobah's an interesting pick, and I do like him as a pick. He's just been very, very good at hitting points early doors this season. So, yeah, maybe he could be a decent shout. In terms of the rest of the team, yeah, pretty standard. A lot of people going across that for the board. So, yeah, I understand it. I get it. Yeah, no problems there. We did that one. FPL Tom. Is this a wild card? No, this isn't a wild card. This is just a regular team. Salah cap, no Haaland could be. I hope you've got a massive sofa to hide behind this week, DJ. No Haaland could be very, very. Yeah, not very fun. Not very fun, right? 2 mil in the bank. 2 free transfers used. Salah to Watkins. Salah to Watkins to Semenyo, Erling. 3 people cap active. Triple captain. Okay. Yeah, I like the moves you've made. I think they're very, very good moves. Don't mind that. FPL Matcha Mills. Make sure you're going and following FPL Matcha Mills. She has got a bench boost active in the start of the season exceptionally well. It's actually a really good bench. Xhaka and Dye and Tarkowski. Great. Yeah. Rest of the team. Looking all good and stuff. Very nice. Bench boost 7 or 8. Again, I'm just trying to figure out who's got the good fixtures in 7 and 8. I think it could be more towards 8 with Anthony, the way that you've lined that up. So probably game week 8. Lewis Muriel, FPL. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, good wild card. No qualms with that one. Sold Ekitike and Gakpo. Brought in Isak and Foden on the freeze. TC Haaland. Yeah, very ballsy. Very ballsy, mate. But if you've got a feeling that it's going to work, then go for it, my friend. Go for it. Right, that is going to conclude our first round of team reviews. Like I said, if you didn't get your team reviewed by me, then we will be doing them a little bit later. We've got a next one at 7:45, okay? 7:45 is going to be our next round of team reviews. So there you go. Have we hit 19k? We have hit 19k. So thank you very much for all the support on the channel, guys. Massively appreciate it, as always. You guys are absolute legends. Yeah, absolute legends as always. Ugh. My nose is very snotty today. I hate streaming this early in the morning because my nose is always a bit snotty. By the way, we're on 42 likes. Let's see if we can close this out, smash out 50 likes nice and early. That would be great to see early doors. Yeah, it would be great to hit that nice and early. But yeah, up to 19k, baby. 19k. Only 1k to go till we hit the illustrious 20k, which is, yeah, mental. Because we I think it's like the 26th or the 27th or the 28th, somewhere around there of October last year, we hit 10k. So to hit 20k in a year, a whole year's growth of 10k, doubling the subs, ain't too shabby. Ain't too shabby. Nice cup, thank you. I think my girlfriend brought me this one, or this is her one. I can't remember. I usually have one that says like, hello handsome on it, or hello gorgeous. I can't remember again the slogan on it, but yeah, that's the one I usually have. I think it's over there somewhere. Whoops. Just having like a bit of a honey and lemon for my throat. I always find my throat's a little bit stingy in the morning, especially when we do these streams. I mean, it's literally going to depend who you put first sub. Like, it's not going to just, like, randomly pick someone off your bench. It's going to be who it is. I've just seen who it is. It didn't pop through with your name. Hello, Mills. Hope you're doing good. It didn't pop through your name. And it is your cup. So, yeah, thank you. No Spurs assets feels wrong. Again, I've spoke through this. I just don't, for me, see, like, a pick that is, like, the clear and obvious one. I think if Xavi Simons' minutes were insane, I would be tempted. But they're just not. They're just not investable minutes. I think my laptop's going to die next to me. That's not good. We need that. We need that available. We need that available. Let me grab my laptop charger. Edzo, thank you for becoming a channel member. Massively appreciate that, my friend. Like I said, if anybody else wants to become a channel member, it is 99p. It's ridiculously cheap. You help the channel out. All good stuff. All good stuff, okay? Let's see if we can get to that 50 like goal. What are we on right now? We are on 57. We've already hit it. I'm lying. I'm lying. Thank you very much for the 57 likes. Let's keep the likes plowing in. Keep the subscriptions plowing in. Like I said, I'm very, very grateful that we've managed to hit 19k on today's stream. Always great when we hit one of these milestones. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. -4, okay, for Papasar to KDH. I wouldn't personally do it unless I'm desperate to need the players. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted as well. Love that stuff. Let's go. 5 gifted in the chat. Thank you very much, Edzo. Appreciate that one. So we've got Carl, David, Daniel, Homegrown FPL, and Linus J have all become channel members. Thank you to the generous Edzo. Appreciate that one, bro. Should I bring in Reinders for a hit or start Mateta? I mean, Mateta is the penalty taker, so it's one of those where if you think Reinders is going to be a good long-term pick and worth the minus, then go for it. If not, maybe play Mateta. He's right up there for expected goals already this season, so yeah, he's not a bad pick. Start Caicedo ahead of who? Ahead of who, realistically? Would I start Caicedo ahead of? Isak ahead of Gokares, not for me. Fernandes and Ndai, or Mbuemo and Gordon. Fernandes and Ndai. Caicedo or Stack. Depends if you think you're going to maybe need the money further down the line or when you're going to need Stack to play. I just have gone Caicedo because I know whatever happens with this team is that I can wheel this team out and comfortably go, right, we're fine, we're cooking, no problems, we're all good. Oh, Watkins is 100% scoring today. We all know it's going to happen. We all know Watkins is going to score, and we're all going to hate him for it, okay? Let's just lock that in. Watkins will score today, okay? All right, Watkins is definitely going to score today. It's just locked. It's just locked, right? It is just locked. Yeah, what an absolute legend, Enzo, for subbing all the guys in there. 5 gifted. Absolutely appreciate that, bro, and thank you for becoming a member yourself. Really, really do appreciate that one, mate. Really appreciate. Are Brighton attackers going under the radar? A little bit, but again, it's a minefield trying to pick them. I think your top option is going to be Minter. I think he's probably the one that has passed the eye test the most for me. Is Reinders or Bruno worth a hit for Gakpo? Bruno probably, because you're going to keep him longer term. So yeah, Reinders, if you think there's maybe upside in today's game, could be worth it. Is Sarr still injured? No, Sarr's back for Palace. Tom, Gokares or Pedro? I think with the fixtures coming up, I would maybe lean more towards Gokares. Watkins plays tomorrow. Of course he does. Of course he does. Is Rice a good pick? Nah, I probably would say no. I would rather have Gokares, Saka, Gabriel, Raya all above Rice. So I don't think he makes it in most people's teams. Thoughts on the 5 million midfielders? Cullen, Stack, Xhaka or KDH? Xhaka's probably actually my favourite. He's hitting DEFCON. Sunderland have looked quite good. He's got set piece share, very similar to KDH. KDH probably comes in second because he's on 4 yellows. So if you do need him for a bench boost, and then you're like, well, it could actually, maybe miss out on one of the games, which wouldn't be ideal. Stack, I like. I think he's, again, got multiple routes to points. Cullen, I haven't really looked at. I don't know what his DEFCON numbers are like and if he's been hitting them, but probably goes right bottom for me. Every content creator on this team, is there any cartel with these players? Hey, it's the FPL content creators cartel. We're back. We're back in full force. We're all picking these players. This is the thing, though, right? The reason we're picking all these players is because, again, I was saying this on a space last night with Golden and Charlie, FPL Meerkat. I was saying, realistically, what other defenders are there that you're going to pick, right? Because you're just going to go for the DEFCON guys because how good they are. You're obviously going to go for the Arsenal ones given the projected clean sheets. So you're left picking probably maybe like 6, 7 defenders out of the whole game. Like, your Ped Porros, not worth it. Van der Ven, not worth it. Doesn't hit DEFCON. I know the fixtures are there, but doesn't hit DEFCON. Like, so what are you left with? You're left with pretty much everybody picking the same defenders. So that limits it already. Then you head into midfield. The midfield has been absolutely decimated with injuries to, of course, Palmer. Salah's form hasn't been anywhere near good enough to keep him within most people's side, so they switch into Haaland. Then you look at the other picks. Semenyo's been insane. And Dye's got multiple avenues to points. Same with Bruno Fernandes. And Reinders, for the value that he is and the fact that he plays for City, very, very good. Then you look at the forwards. Maybe, again, Richarlison's the only pick I probably would want in here. Or you go like Lyle Foster if you've maybe already bench boosted and just want like a really cheap cover. Or all the way down to Mark Gui. And maybe stack out that midfielder with like a Saka. But other than that, like, yeah, not feeling any of it, to be honest. Morning, Tom. Which of the promoted teams should we be wary about targeting? Sunderland. Sunderland, given their start to the season, their XG conceded numbers, yeah. Those would be the ones that I would probably be the most wary about. Yeah, Sunderland would be the one. Wow. I honestly hate streaming early in the morning. Like, my nose and throat just never wake up. They never wake up. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. Let's see if we can hit that 100 like mark. Looking at the poll, interestingly, more people on Wildcard than TC, but still, decent amount for TC this week as well, with 44% on the TC, 49 on the Wildcard. Only 4 on free hit. I think a lot of people early doors were eyeing this up as a week 4 free hit, and now look where we are. Play Juve or Goodmanson? I would play Juve. João Pedro ahead of Richarlison. For me, yeah, I think, they've got Kolo Muani, they've got Solanke, who is still out for this week, so you're definitely going to guarantee Richie plays this week. But longer term, you look at it and you go, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if they do. Whereas João Pedro, who's his competition? Looks like Delap's not going to be back till 2025. You're then going to have to factor in that, Palmer's out for 3 weeks. Could be longer. If that injury doesn't heal up over the international break, going to be longer. So you've got a guy who's just going to have to play football, right? What about Igor Jesus? He started over Wood against Betis. Is he the main? He could be. But again, we don't know. Wood didn't play a minute on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever they played. So I imagine the plan was always to give Wood the start. But yeah, Igor Jesus definitely will start to eat into his minutes if the form continues to be good. Brian, thank you very much for the donation. He says, why Gyökeres ahead of Caicedo? Very good point, mate. Caicedo has the higher floor. Don't get me wrong. His floor is very much higher. Like, Gyökeres is 2, Caicedo's is 4. I'm looking at the who's got the higher peak. And it would be Gyökeres. If he gets a penalty, it's a 1-0 win, scruffy 1-0 win, he gets a goal, penalty save, for example, then, that's literally it. Like, the base is higher for Caicedo, the peak is higher for Gyökeres, and that's why I've gone with him. Hi Tom, please help bench 2, Haaland, Pedro, and Di Semenyo, Kudus, Reinders, Keane, Senesi, Van de Ven. Jesus, that is a strong side. I mean, if you've got a bench boost, play it. I would probably bench... Oh my days. I mean, if you've got Raya in goal, maybe Gabriel gets benched. Gabriel and maybe like... even Van de Ven, potentially? I don't know. That's tough. Jamie says he's not going without João Pedro. That is bold, Jamie. That is bold. But I know you're a bold man. Who are you going for instead? This is the thing, right? People, whatever team I put out for Wildcard is going to get criticised. I think if I put out a template team, I'm going to be called safe, I'm going to be called boring, I'm going to be called like ready salted crisps. I am, and I accept that. If, for example, I went more differential route and went that way, then I think a lot of people would be like, oh, what are you doing? Why have you not got João Pedro? Or why have you not got Bruno Fernandes? You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely think there's probably going to be no win around it. Team reviews. It is the pinned comment. It will be 7:45 for the next team review, okay, guys? If you want to send me a team, head over to my Twitter. You'll literally see a tweet that says, this is the deadline stream. Leave your team here, okay? That's the place to do it. Thank you very much, like I said, for helping the channel hit 19k. You're absolute legends for that one. Love you all, long time. Yeah, absolute legends. Got a lot of love and admiration for you guys when you do stuff like that for me. Appreciate you all. Like I said, what can I say? You're just good, aren't you? You're just a good set of subscribers. I'm very, very blessed to have you all. Let's see if we can get today's stream up to 100 likes as well. Yeah, just go for it. Exactly. You can't please everyone. You can't please everyone, and I do feel with the platform, as you build a platform, you're always going to be up there as like somebody that, yeah. I'm going with Richarlison for the next few, then I'll see where the cards lay in a few weeks. Mate, don't tempt me, because I've been tempted. I have been tempted on the Richie punt. I have been tempted. I think it's just João Pedro against his old club does want to bring me back in. You know what I mean? Senesi has a red card in him very soon. I might go eat... What? A red card? What are you on about? The guy is literally hitting defensive contributions every single week. So, yeah. I wouldn't criticise you for going different, but others might do. You can always go with different free players, but it's the exact thing. It is. I think it's just because the structure is so strong. Like I said, the defenders pick themselves, really. The forwards, again, maybe, like you said, we're dropping, like, João Pedro, or we're dropping Gyökeres if we're going to go Saka. I think there's only probably like a few variations of this wild card, and it looks probably like very similar to most people's. My differential probably pick is going to be Caicedo, but as I learned last season, and one of my big pieces of advice for you guys is differentials in combinations, right? It's differentials in combinations. So look at, say, a lot of the popular content creators teams, and then factor in how many people will have Ndai, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes, and Reinders across the game. Probably only people on Wildcard, right? So that limits your pool already down. But because you see it everywhere over social media, you think that is what every team has. I think Ndai's only just crept over 10% across the whole game. The more kind of, I would say, casual player is looking at Grealish, which is, again, a fine option. But the engaged lot are looking at Ndai, so you're going to have a split. So, yeah. Best 5 midfielder in my draft, I've gone with Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, I think if you don't want to go on the Everton triple up, Stack's probably the other one, right? Or Xhaka. Stack and Xhaka, probably your other two. They're probably the other two. Start Mateta or Caicedo. Ooh, I would be maybe tempted to go Caicedo on that one. Thoughts on benching Gyökeres for Haaland and Richarlison? Don't mind it. Gakpo to Foden for a -4. If you think he's going to play and go off big today, then back yourself and go for the minus. Did Mateta to Haaland and Salah to Gravenberch. I don't like Gravenberch as a pick. Yeah, not for me. Leaving the wildcard transfers in Haaland for Watkins and Seam for Salah. Still have Wirtz, Murillo in my team. Oh dear, when should I wildcard? I probably would have wildcarded out of it. Looks like Murillo's got a dead leg. I think it was the quotes. Or yeah, so I don't expect him to maybe play. And Wirtz, I think, will play this week, but longer term, definitely going to be a pick. That's one of the reasons I was like, I'm just fed up with Forest. I'm fed up with Villa. Get me out of here. Which players are essential for a wild card next week, in your opinion? Arsenal. 100% got to be some Arsenal players. Have to be essential. Outside of that, I think, probably it looks very similar again to this team for 7. Maybe a Newcastle player slots in there as well, like a Dan Burn and Nick Pope potentially as well. Why don't you like Isak on the wild card? Slot's comments were that they still don't expect him to be fully fit and available for a 90. Like, they basically said, we've got to wait and see how the game is going for us to decide on a 90. I'm not paying 10.4 or 10.5 million for a guy that will not see 90 minutes, doesn't have penalty share. So yeah, I'm not going to pay 10.5 million for that. I'm just not. It's just one of those. Muniz and Van der Ven or Lacroix and Romero. I need to sell one of Lacroix to Muniz to get 0.3. Then don't do that. Go for Muniz, Van der Ven or Lacroix, Romero. Well, if you need that 0.3, then go Van der Ven and Muniz, right? They're going to be your cheaper options. If that's the way you're looking at it. If you need that 0.3 to make that move, then do that. Thoughts on a back 4 and leaving Gyökeres on the bench? Yeah, I've spoke through it. And again, I do feel like Caicedo and Anderson's floors are higher. They definitely are. But Gyökeres' ceiling for me does feel a little bit higher. Thank you for people sending their teams. Like I said, the next round of team reviews will be in not even 9 minutes. It's less, isn't it? 7:45 for the next round of team reviews, guys. So get them sent in. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on today's stream as well. So keep smashing that like button. It is massively appreciated as always. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well. Let's see if we can hit 20k. That is the next big goal that we're going for next season. Yeah. 20k is going to be wild when we hit it. We've got some champs. Got some champs courtesy of Matcha Mills as well. So yeah, we'll be good. Is Jadon Anthony good to have game week 8? If you want him just for that 1 week, I get it. But maybe it's just a flash in the pan. Yeah, maybe it's just a flash in the pan. That's all I'm thinking. I think my final decision could be what Jamie's probably put in the chat. João Pedro or Richarlison for like 2 weeks. It could be. It could be that we do the coin flip. We could do the coin flip for it. And it could be one of those. Yeah, I think it's after game week 19, right? Once game week 19 is complete, you get a new set of chips. Bruno, captain, let's go. I hope you've got a massive sofa for Erling Haaland. Like, I think it was Live FPL tweeted that basically they expect Haaland's expected ownership to be 200% or close to it. So just captain him alone, probably not going to be worth enough. So yeah. Just going to quickly blow my nose. But yeah, do keep those likes coming in. What are we on now for likes? Let's have a look. What are we on? What are we on? What are we on? 87. Come on, guys. We can do better than that. Let's smash it. Come on. Let's smash it. Let's get some more going. We'll do another poll in a second as well. Let's get the poll going. I think, like we've seen, a lot of people on Wildcard, a lot of people on Triple Captain this week, so lots of chips active. A busy week. Let's get another poll. Should I have... which player... JP Ritchie. There we go. Should I go for João Pedro or should I go for Richarlison? Let me know in the comments. We're closing in on 100 likes already, by the way, guys. Is this my final team? I'm pretty sure it will be. Like I said, there's probably maybe this last decision to go for. If I've got the triple captainship this week, yeah, I'd be tempted to go for it. Tempted to whack it on the big man. Whack it on Haaland. And enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah, like I said, I just think it's one of those weeks where if you're going for Haaland, then it's worth it. It is worth it. It could be very much like Southampton last season, but it could also be absolutely wondrous and he scores within about 5 minutes and you're absolutely laughing. I'm going for Richie because I'm playing the bench boost next week. Nice. Good shout. Not bad that. But yeah, let me know in the chat. Should I go for João Pedro or should I go for Richarlison? We've got the poll up. A lot of people probably going for João Pedro early doors, but Richie is a viable option for the next week. We only need one more like as well to hit 100 likes on today's stream. So, yeah, get that like in nice and early as well, guys. Like I said, another round of team reviews in a minute as well. So, yeah, we'll get that done as well. 100 likes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Absolutely smashing it out of the park today, guys. Love and appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, very grateful that we hit 19k. Yeah, let's just keep this good run going. Keep the questions coming in. Keep the likes coming in. And like I said, team reviews will be done in a second. Tom, after you finish for streaming, I'll make a post on Discord explaining why I'm not going for João Pedro on 5. I think he's void. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Should I sell Virgil for Gabriel? I have rare Arsenal coverage. And, I mean, it's probably one maybe for next week. So, yeah. Thinking of going triple Spurs. Oh, dear. I think the next few fixtures are good. But I do worry about Spurs longer term. I do. How about Richards to Rodon and Statch up to Ismail Assar? Maybe, yeah. I think Sarr just coming back from an injury, though. Palace with European football on the horizon. Yeah. Statch versus Anthony. I think you go Statch. For me personally, anyway. I think he's just got more avenues to points than Anthony. I mean, Anthony's hit DEFCON, right? I don't think he's hit DEFCON yet so far. And Buemo and Tarkowski or Fernandes. I'd go the Fernandes, Anderson and Richards route for me personally. Captain in Spurs asset this week. Don't know why. If you don't know why, then don't go for it. Minter going under the radar, debating him instead of Stack. I like Minter. I do like Minter. I think he's very, very good. Yeah, I do like him. Kudus and Bruno or Xavi and Mbuemo. Kudus and Bruno for me. I'm always probably going to pick Bruno ahead of Mbuemo on a poll, but that's just my personal take. I just think Bruno has more routes to points than Mbuemo. So I'm always going to pick the player with more routes to points. Am I going to captain Richie? Nah, it's just I'm thinking about him for maybe bringing him in ahead of João Pedro. But I'm open. I'm open to suggestions. I am open to suggestions. Harvey Elliott going to go nuclear this week. I mean, that is probably just Villa. People being very hopeful on Villa that have been very poor at the start of this season. I personally don't see it. But, yeah. I get it if you want to go for it. I'm on 39k and I have both Salah and Haaland, but people don't talk about the draft. I mean, I get it. Like, it can work. It can work, and I definitely think there will be periods where we own both. But right now, yeah. Who are your differentials this season? Wildcards are all very similar. The reason the wildcards are all very similar, and I spoke about it a few times already, is the defense picks itself. Like, realistically, everybody's going to be rocking a very similar backline. They are. The midfield, again, probably picks itself because we've lost a few premium assets. Salah's not been delivering. And the mid-priced mids ain't pulling the weight up. They're not pulling value. They're not. And same with the forwards. Outside of probably those lot, who are we picking? Richarlison as a short-term punt. Outside of that, where are we realistically looking? I think I've seen people with like Muniz DCL. There's just not many players performing very well, and the XG is so low at the moment that it's hard to find good value picks, in my opinion. So, yeah. Why not go JP and Richie and abandon Gyökeres? I want an Arsenal attacker next week. I know people aren't hot on Gyökeres, but I want an Arsenal attacker against West Ham next week. That's where I'm at with that one. Yeah, I want Gok for next week. I want him in. They've got West Ham next week. I want the striker in for that, or I at least want some sort of attacking coverage for that one. So yeah, Strand Larsen again, not a pick. Not a pick. Wolves have been terrible. His injuries haven't meant that he's had a great start to the season. Just not a pick. Not a go-to pick, in my opinion. Right, let's do some team reviews. We've had a good amount of these sent in, so thank you very much for everybody that has sent in their teams. Again, we've got another round to batch through. Let's do as many as we can. I can't remember where we got down to last time. I think it was maybe this one, yeah. Wildcard team. Let's have a look. Senesi, Romero, Tark, Kudus, Foden, Richarlison, Gabriel, João Pedro. Oof. I mean, that bench could score quite well. That could be a worry. Munoz is not a pick for me on a wild card. Not anywhere near justifying that price point. So, yeah, he's probably the one that I would replace. I think you've already got quite a lot of premium defenders. I would genuinely, you could just drop that down to like a Rodon. Get some extra funds for this side. Bruno, Xavi, Reinders, or Mbeumo, Foden, Anderson, Richarlison. I would prefer the first option. Bruno, Xavi, all that. Yeah, those would be my picks. Could go Mbeumo to Bruno and drop Minter down to stack, or Xhaka or KDH. I think it's up to you. If you think Brian Mbeumo is going to outscore Fernandes, then go for it. For me personally, I would rather have Bruno. He's just got multiple avenues to points. Same with Stack and Xhaka. Again, those guys feel like they've got multiple avenues to points. Minter's only hit DEFCON in one game so far this season, and that was against City, so maybe it was just a one-off with, of course, a better team coming to the Amex. Danny, thank you for sending this. Vicario, is this a wildcard? He's already played his wildcard. Triple captain active. Nice, good-looking team. No qualms with that one, mate. Got 3 million in the bank to do Foden to Saka and bring João Pedro back if needed. Fair enough. I just personally don't like booking in transfers because you never know what could happen. You could have injuries. So yeah, that's always my concern. I'm thinking maybe Isak to Richarlison, Eze to Saka. Reminds me of Lundstrom. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough if that's what you want to go for. I don't personally have seen anything on him, or I probably wouldn't invest into any Wolves players, but hey ho, each their own. Rate my potential wild card. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Again, pretty template as we've seen across the board. Yeah, not bad. Works. Use my 1 free transfer on Cucurella, Gabriel, and then I took a -4 to bring in Gyökeres for Wood. Have activated my TC on Haaland next week. We'll take out Gakpo for Bruno Forts. Yep. Thank you very much for the kind comment as well at the end, mate. But yeah, I think they're pretty decent moves overall across the board. Free hit and captain Haaland while having Salah in this week, and then getting rid of 3 Nottingham Forest assets next week, or get Semenyo and Haaland TC this week. I would get Haaland and TC this week. That'd be my one. Wildcard active. Rare glimpse of my team for the masses, as it usually an FPL Tom Discord exclusive. Yeah, make sure you're getting yourself in the Discord. 433 free transfers saved up. Rolling again next week. Then making 8 changes in 8-9. Richie, Reinders, Miley with that money, depending how things are going. He's gone with the Richie. He's gone with the Richie, and I love it. I love it, Jamie. My uncle's team, please review it. Again, yeah, very template. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Wildcard or free hit with this team. Already made transfers for a wildcard, but haven't activated the button. I would personally wildcard. I genuinely would. I'd personally wildcard out of that. I think maybe you've missed quite a lot of the value of the wildcard, though, with maybe holding it off. Who's that on your bench? Barnes. Yeah, I'd wildcard out of that. I think there's just too many... I just don't think giving Watkins or Rodgers another chance is worth it. Murillo, again, might not even play. Munoz, I think, we know who the DEFCON guys are. We know who the defence is to pick right now. I think wildcard for me. 4 transfers next week for Arsenal players, so small kind of wildcard. Yep, I like that. I like that. Had 2 transfers, thinking on whether to keep Wood this week or just give him one more shot, and whether Munoz attacking upside makes him an okay, even if it's Liverpool. I think Munoz longer term will be a player you probably want to get out of your side. Wood, I think, yeah, it is a good fixture. Maybe you just give him the benefit of the doubt and give him one more week. That's where I'd be with that one. Cool. Right, that is all the teams that were there. So thank you for everybody that has sent their teams in for review. Like I said, we have got another round of reviews at 8:30, okay? 8:30 in the morning BST. So in about 40 minutes time, we're going to get another batch of teams done, okay? Another batch of teams done in a short while. Thank you for everybody hitting that subscribe button as well. Let's keep them going. Let's keep them clicking along. Yeah, all good stuff. All good stuff. Best Palmer replacement for 2 weeks, Enzo. Which 2 should I pick for this week out of Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, and Kudus, and then get the other one next week? I mean, if you're going to pick Kudus this week, then yeah. I personally probably would go like... I do just think Bruno and Reinders, probably. And then I don't think I would pick up Kudus at all. I don't think I would. What's my rank? It is 5 point something million. It's not good. But whose is at the moment? Whose rank is good? It's all pretty terrible across the board. Caicedo versus Minter. I think Caicedo's floor is a lot higher. And I think for that price point, you know what you're going to get. He is just going to tick along very, very nicely. So yeah, that's where I'd be at with that one. How, mate, would you start Mateta or Xhaka? I have Virgil in my team. I'd probably go Xhaka. Bruno ain't it. Bruno is probably the best value pick in the game. And he's going to probably be one of the best scoring players within the game. I'm going to put my flag out there now. And I'm going to say it like he just is. He genuinely is. That's it. Done. Boom. Morning, respect for the starting so early. Man, that is what we're about on this channel. Getting that hustling. That's what it's all about on this channel, eh? Getting the hustling, getting going, getting started and stuff. Yeah. We're just cooking. We're just cooking along. That is what we're here for. Isak in for Wildcard, not an option for me. Just personally not an option. Yeah. Oh, if you're not losing to, I still think I probably would. Yeah, every YouTuber and template sheep does Bruno, not for me. I mean, fair enough, but not having a guy who's got multiple avenues to points, I think that just makes you, like, not an intelligent player. Like, he might be template, whatever. But if you've got a guy that has multiple avenues to points, why would you not select him? No European football. Just saying. Just saying. Crystal Palace, Saar or Kudus? I'd go Kudus. Best mids, 8 million. I have Kudus, Reinders, Semenyo, and Xavi already. Maybe and Die. Probably the only one you're missing there. Reinders. Yeah. A lot of the other ones, I don't think they're just no-goes, are they? Had a rough start in rank, starting to shape up now. I think that's most people's kind of reflection so far, Alex, is a lot of people have had rough starts to the season, but they're getting there. They're getting there. Rodgers or and Die on a wildcard bench, I'd still go and Die. I just think Villa are just absolute no-goes. Is Isak a good pick for free hit? Yeah, he's not a bad one for free hit. Longer term, I would worry about him. Free hit, I do genuinely believe he is completely fine to go for, and you can get what you need with him. Will Saka start? Yeah, he'll start. Raya or Donnarumma? I've wildcarded thinking of swapping Raya after this week due to City's easier game on paper. I mean, I wouldn't swap goalkeepers. I think you just pick the one. That is going to be the one. I think if you want a cheap route into the Arsenal defence, Raya is going to be it. If you want the security of minutes for a City defender, then Donnarumma's it. Both have decent projections over the next few weeks. I think Arsenal's are just unbelievable. That's why I've gone for the double up. Would you start Gyökeres or Kudus? I think you have to start Kudus with that fixture, right? You have to start Kudus with that fixture. Right, looking at the poll then, we've had João Pedro leading the way. Richie with 37%. All right, let's get another poll going. What should our next poll be? I think that's how you spell it. Is Bruno Fernandes essential? There you go. Get your votes in for that one. I'm very much interested to see what people are saying on this one. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Get your votes in for that one on the poll. Is Richarlison better than Gyökeres this week? Probably this week, yeah. Ndai or Grealish? I think Ndai just has more avenues to points, but I understand if you want to go for Grealish, still a pretty good option. Have you done a Haaland plus Salah draft? Yeah, I built some, but I just didn't like them, and I feel there's just too many sacrifices. Hey John, hope you're doing good, mate. No one likes Bruno. What I'm seeing here is nobody likes Bruno Fernandes. 70% already have voted no. If you do think he is essential, get your votes in for that one. He literally is the litmus test of FPL, isn't he? He really is. Is this the best TC opportunity for the first half of the season? I think it's one of. Like, there will be other opportunities, don't get me wrong. But I think having a newly promoted side at home, before, of course, we get into, like, mass midweek fixtures and early substitutions and stuff like that. We know Haaland's going to play. We're pretty confident on that. I think it's fine. I think it's genuinely fine. Who'd start, Cunha or... I would go Cunha on that one. A super donation from Stephen. He says, hi Tom, Rodon and Stack or Richards and King? I would go Rodon and Stack. So yeah. Not having Bruno is a skill issue. I completely agree with you, Jamie, mate, to be honest. I do think Bruno is just one of those picks that everybody should have within their side. They literally should. People might not like him, but when he's scoring consistent points... Yeah. Could I ask why you're not keen on Isak? Not securing minutes at all. Not securing minutes and doesn't have penalties for 10.4 million. Top 10 favourite 4 million defenders. I don't think there is even 10, is there? Rodon, the two guys, so Avante, I think it is, or Avila, I can't remember his name. And the other guy from Sunderland, and then Estev. They're the ones you're picking from, really. There is about 30 more picks more essential than him. I really disagree. I think Bruno is always going to be one of the first names that people have. You know someone is a good option when they're in the template and still have them. Yeah. That's when I know, Jamie, that if they're still making it through the template for you, then they've got to be a pretty decent one. Foden as a punt over Reinders. I get it. But I think you're going to end up burning a transfer on Foden. Reinders, I think you could very easily just hold for the remainder of the season, to be honest. Thank you for the donation, man. If you want to put a question in, feel free to, because, yeah, I'm guessing you meant to, just not donate. This may sound absurd, but is there a chance Haaland blanks or wastes TC? I mean, there's always a chance. You're going into football. There's many variables at play with football. That is why most of us watch it, because it isn't like other sports where, you know, there's a set outcome. There's so many variables that can go different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many other factors that can come into play. You've got multiple people, the ball, the wind, the weather, the pitch. Like, just so much. So much. All right? Am I going to buy Richarlison? Potentially. What was my rank last season? Right above my head. Perfect timing. It was 8k last season. That's where we finished. 8k, so a pretty good one, to be honest. Triple captain or bench boost? It depends what your bench boost looks like, mate. If your bench is very good, let me know in the comments and we'll have a look. FPL Matcha Mills, who is my girlfriend, has hit her bench boost for this week because the bench is ridiculous. He's got Xhaka and then 2 Everton players in Tarkowski and Ndai on it, and the starting 11 looks ridiculously good. So I think that bench could easily outscore a triple captain this week. I love how Bruno fries people up. Bruno has literally just melted my comment section, hasn't it? Isak is more secure than you think. I think Slot is words that Ekitike has confirmed. He was looking for a reason to bench him and Ekitike gave him. Again, I get that. Then I'd be concerned with Slot's comments saying, well, we'll have to wait and see, can he even play a full 90 this weekend? And you got to think European football's coming up, so it's going to be like Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. Like, there's going to be midweek games all across the board. And if he can't play 3 90s in a row, he might play back-to-back 90s, say the league game, then the Champions League game, then miss out on the easier fixture where you'd really like him. So, yeah. Would you pick Grealish or Caicedo? I probably would be more tempted to go with Grealish than Caicedo. If I had the money, yeah. Xhaka, best 5.5 in the game. Yeah, I really like Xhaka. I think he's a solid top quality pick, isn't he? He is a very, very good pick. If you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. Let's see if we can try and get as close as we can to that 20k subscriber mark. Obviously, we hit 19k this morning. Thank you very much for that, guys. Yeah, massively, massively appreciate genuinely all the support that the channel has got over the course of this season, last season, and the growth is just insane. It really, really is. So, yeah, keep the comments coming in. We'll try and answer as many as we can. Like I said, another round of team reviews will be done at... What time did I put on the poll? On the thing, sorry. 8:30. 8:30 will be the last set of team reviews we do today, okay? People are not finding Bruno essential on the poll. Still, no is the leading vote. Let me know what you want to see as the next potential one as well. Garner is an underrated DEFCON mid, in my opinion. Ranked second amongst mids. Okay. Not a bad one then. I think people are probably just going to look at Dewsbury Hall, though, aren't they, really? They're going to probably look at Dewsbury Hall. Richarlison, Gyökeres, and transfer back as a 1-week punt with 3 frees. Maybe. Oh, Golden's popped in the chat. He said, Richarlison is in my team. Bro, don't say this. I'm going to have to go and have a look who you put him in for. Who have you got him in for? Oh, mate. Oh, let's not. Not this. What have we done? What have we done to ourselves? We can't be putting this fraud in. Let's have a look. What is your team looking like? Richarlison ahead of Gok. Oh my, Richarlison ahead of Gyökeres. Now that's not where I was thinking. I was thinking the other way around. Oh mate. Oh. Do I want to the thing is, do I want to use a transfer next week to get Richarlison out? That is the big question. What I said, Gyökeres and back. Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. He has 4 frees, so why not? Yeah, I'm probably not in that same luxury position, I don't think. Ekitike to Gyökeres for a -4. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Ekitike isn't going to play, is he? So, yeah. Please don't spam, though, bro, or you will be muted. You will be muted. Let me know what you want to see on the poll for the next... yeah. Let me know what you want to see on the poll for the next one. Let's do this one. Let's try this one. Haaland TC, yes or no? Get your votes in for that one. Let me know in the chat. We're approaching 150 likes as well, so make sure you're hitting that like button. Like I said, it does push it out to more people, and that is exactly what we want to see. That is exactly what we want to see. So, yeah, get your votes in for the poll. Get your likes in as well, and make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, massively appreciated. Let's see if we can try and get as close as we can to hitting the 20k mark. Fair enough, Jamie. Vincent, hope you're doing good, man. He says, morning from Kenya. Let me know in the chat where you're coming in from today. Let's see who's got the most exotic location. Get your votes in. Let me know. Where are you coming live from today? Let us know in the chat. All right. On a wildcard with 2 frees. Happy to bank some transfers. Yeah, I think I probably would. Would you give me triple Man City? If you want to go for it, you've got the frees to get yourself back out of it. I get that. So, yeah. Why would you not triple captain Haaland? Good question. Maybe you're unsure of his minutes. Could maybe come off early doors today, potentially. That would probably be my concern around it. Play Mateta or Caicedo. I'll probably go Caicedo. Play Wood or Anderson. I play Wood. South Korea, says Brian. We've got someone from Norway, Australia, New Zealand, India. Forza and Bueno, yeah, not a bad one. From the exotic Stevenage. It is very exotic in Stevenage. I've been. Hi, Tom. If you haven't done your wildcard and this was your team, would you TC? 100%, yeah. Espana, nice. Should I go Van Dijk or save money and go for Tarkowski? I'd go Tarkowski. Romero or Cucurella? I'd go Romero. Another one from India as well. Lots of people from India. Freddie from Sweden. One of my favourite places in the world. Absolutely love Sweden. If you haven't already, go and check out my second channel. There's a link on the channel page. You can go and check it out. I absolutely love Sweden. I've been 3 times now. I've been to Malmo, I've been to Gothenburg, and I've been to Stockholm. I'd love to go back to Stockholm. Like, it's genuinely, I love Sweden. So yeah, I want to go back. And the Netherlands, Nepal. Wow, we've got some really exotic locations in here. Egypt as well. Nice. We've got loads. Big up the West Yorks. Yeah, can't beat a bit of Wakey, bit of Leeds. That's obviously where I'm not from, but that's where I live right now. I live in Leeds, so yeah. Munoz to Tarkowski for a -4. I mean, if Tarkowski hits Defcon alone, he's going to make that -4 back, and you've got yourself a good player in there, so I get it. Hello from Serbia, Hungary, says Brandon as well. Berlin. Wow, some really exotic locations in here today, guys. Yeah. Play 2 of KDH, Eze, Gabriel, Senesi. I would play Senesi and KDH. FPL coach says New Zealand. My bench is Dewsbury Hall, Rodon, Richards, and Dubravka. Do I bench boost or just play the triple captain? I play the triple captain. I don't think it's that strong. Do keep your questions coming in the chat, guys. Keep, obviously, the likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in as well. Let's see how many subscribers we can get today and get us closer and closer to, of course, hitting that 20k mark. If you had to squeeze Foden in, how would you be doing it? Good question. Let's have a look. I probably would do maybe João Pedro down to somebody. I guess, yeah, it'd probably be Gyökeres down and squeezing Caicedo up, potentially. So, yeah, it'd probably be, Gyökeres down and Caicedo up would be the way that I'd do it if I were to do it. That's probably the way I'd do it. Thank you very much for another donation, Gino, man. Appreciate that. He said, Dub, Thiago, Tark, Rodon on the bench. Haaland as the starter, TC or bench boost. Oh, it's not a bad bench boost, that. It's not a bad bench boost, that one. I think I would still maybe go with the TC. But yeah, not a bad bench boost. I think if maybe Rodon had a better fixture, could be maybe swinging it. But I think with the Bournemouth fixture and how good they've been at the start of the year, probably not. I have basically the same team as you. Who should my 2 cheap defenders be? I have Van der Ven and Anderson. Yeah, that's fine. Anderson. The only concern I have with Van der Ven is he doesn't hit Defcon, does he? He just doesn't. So yeah. Hey Tom, sorry I joined late. Would you TC Haaland this week? Yes. If I've got Haaland and I've not got any other chips active, I mean a lot of people are going for it. Get it gone. Like again, it's one of those where you don't have to worry about it. It's done. Like, don't. This is the thing with wildcard, bench boost. Do not put too much, like, not wildcard, sorry, triple captain and bench boost. Don't put too much thought into it. If you wake up on the day and think, right, I am going with Haaland, boom, go for it. Realistically, you're probably only going to get about 10 points from it. Same with your bench boost. Expect like 10. If you get more, great. Okay? No worries, mate. Thank you very much for the donation. Really appreciate that one. Ben says, hello from Italy. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Jaden Anthony for Wood. Yeah, I played Jaden Anthony. I'd play Wood. Is it reasonable to start Caicedo over Gyökeres? Because Caicedo has DEFCON every week and Newcastle have been good defensively. I get that. And I have said in today's stream, I do feel like the floor for Caicedo is a lot higher than the peak for Gyökeres. But I do feel like Gyökeres could very easily get a goal, massively outscore Caicedo, and then that's that. So yeah, that's probably where I'd be on that one. Salah to Haaland and Mateta to Reinders or Caicedo. 2 free transfers used though. Yeah, I like both of those ones. I have basically the same team as... Oh yeah, you asked me that one. Toronto in the building, nice. Would you start Calafiori or Munoz? I go Calafiori. Romero or Virgil van... not VDV, sorry. Probably not much in it. Both short-term picks. Probably maybe Romero. You could go and get Reinders. But I think you could very easily leave that. How come so template? I think the template is just ridiculously strong, isn't it? It is honestly ridiculously strong, and that's ultimately why my team looks quite template. It just is very strong, isn't it? It is very, very strong. Is Zubamendi a good differential? Don't think I'd go near it. I think, again, there's just so many good Arsenal picks. Like, the double defence probably talks itself into most teams. Andy Burton is in the chat. Hope you're doing good. One of our channel moderators. Abby Johnson as well. She says, morning, everyone. Feels like it could be an interesting day. Nervous for the Liverpool game. Going to be a tricky one. And I've got my triple captain active. Very nice. Bloody hell, this wildcard is strong. That's the same team as a few others. Yeah, the wildcard team is just ridiculous, isn't it? It is ridiculous. It is very, very ridiculous. The big question is, do we go João Pedro or do we go Richarlison? I think that's my final debate for this team. It is, do we go João Pedro or do we go Richarlison? And then people are obviously saying to me, do I go Gyökeres or Caicedo? We can probably maybe do a coin flip for that one. Game's gone. I mean, we're all picking from the same player base, though. Like, and if you look at what we've picked, like I've said in throughout today's stream, the defenders pick themselves because of the landscape of the game and how DEFCON works. The defenders pretty much just pick themselves. You know what? I'm going to whip out the coin. We haven't done any coins. People haven't been asking for any goes on the coins. I'm going to have a few goes on the coins. So, heads is going to be... Heads, the light doesn't like it. Heads is going to be... We're going to go Caicedo start. Tails is going to be we start Gyökeres, okay? Heads was Caicedo. That's all I'm saying. Heads was Caicedo on that one. So maybe he starts. The other one was what? What was the other one we had? It was João Pedro or Richarlison. João Pedro is going to be heads. Tails is going to be Richarlison, okay? Oh, it's Tails Richie, man. Oh, the coin. The coin. Oh, the coin, the coin, the coin. The coin has spoken. The coin has spoken. So yeah, we'd if we go with what the coin has just suggested there, it would be João out, and it would be Richie in. Oh, Richie. And it'd be then starting Caicedo. Oh, the coin. The coin. I mean, the next two are just... I mean, the next three even. Like, Villa aren't good. Villa are not good, are they? What's he been hitting? His XG is very, very good. 1.16. He can have these big peaks, can't he? 13.9. When does he play? Today. Oh, plays in the late game. Plays in the late game. Do we have a bit of Richie time? Oh. Yeah. Solanke is on his way back, yeah. Yeah. The next three are great. My concern, though, Jamie, is going to be around... yeah, it is going to be around long-term minutes and long-term future projections. Listen to the coin, trust me. We've listened to the coin this season, and he's let us down as the old coin. Thoughts on Javi? I changed my captain for Haaland to João Pedro. Hope that works. Can't believe some people are still holding Watkins and Rodgers. Yep. Idiot. Absolute idiots. Yeah. A lot of idiots. Dude, Golden took Gokres out, right? Golden went Gokres out and he brought in... Yeah. He took Gokres out and went the other way around. Yeah. Tempted to take a punt. We can always go back to João Pedro. True. We can get João Pedro back in 9 if we wanted. Because, like, the Chelsea fixtures aren't, like Brighton's a good fixture. Liverpool, Forest. I'd probably want him back for here, for 8 anyway. So maybe, yeah, we do just go for, like, a short-term punt on Richarlison. Like, he's guaranteed to play, isn't he? He is guaranteed to play this week. I'm more tempted to do João Pedro out than Gokres, by the way, guys. I want an Arsenal attacker for next week. I want an Arsenal attacker for next week. By the way, we just hit 150 likes on today's stream. Legends as always. Keep them likes coming in, guys. You make getting up at 6, like 20 or whatever I go up at today, worth it all the time. So yeah, keep them coming in. Keep the lights coming in. Obviously, we'll be doing another round of team reviews in about 12-13 minutes time. So make sure you're heading over to my Twitter, dropping me a follow, and yeah. Do I just go with it? Do I go with Richie as the short-term fun pick? Is Richie on pens? Yeah, he probably will be on pens. What's that 1.2 million in the bank going towards? Exactly. It leaves the door open a little bit. I'm not going to go and spread the funds out further. Yeah, I think you make a great point, don't you, Abby? Like, we can switch back to João Pedro once he's got Brighton and Liverpool out of the way. Like, I think he will probably do well against Brighton. Yeah, exactly. I really want Gokres in for next week, so I don't think that is the sensible move. I think maybe going Richie this week, and then João Pedro in like 2 weeks' time might be the play. People are telling me to go for it. It could be an absolute disaster class. It could. It really could. But I'm sat here. The coins told me to do it. I am tempted to do it. And I think we might end up with Richarlison in the side. What's his minutes? Like, I mean, they've just got nobody else, right? They have nobody else. What did he play last week? He played a full 90. He did play a full 90. Okay. Is he in Charlie's predictions? We'll do Charlie's predictions. I think he will be. We'll have a look at that in a second. FPL Meerkats. Oh. There's Charlie. Let's have a look. Is he in Charlie's predictions? Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Is he in it? Oh, I don't know what's happened. Twitter's just broken. Oh! What the hell? By the way, if you want to go and see the full list of this, head over to Charlie's Twitter and take a look for yourself. Where are Tottenham? Does have Richarlison in there. Saar, Maddison, Kulusevski, Basuma, Solanke, Colin, Moani. Yeah. He just is going to play, isn't he? He is just going to play. He is going to play. Yeah. Yeah, the match of the day challenge, by the way. Thinking Cap, Peer Pressure, who I went on earlier this week. Go and check that out, by the way, if you want to, listen to something before the deadline. They were talking about... they're doing a match of the day challenge. I highly recommend it. I think if we did do the Saturday uploads, I would be very, very tempted to do a match of the day challenge. It would be fun. It would be fun. Maybe one to look at some point when, at some point. I don't know. I have a benching headache with my defenders. I currently have Gabriel, Tarkowski, Senesi, but on my bench is VDV versus Wolves, and I have the same team as you in terms of attack. What should I do? Maybe take VV. You only want him for the short term anyway. Maybe just take him out. If you're gonna bench him this week and maybe next week for his best 2 fixtures, then just take him out. I'm going to do a match of the day Discord challenge. Nice. Appreciate that, bro. Like I said, if we didn't upload on Saturdays, it would make it very possible. But with the Saturday upload and how well the Saturday upload does, then yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it, where I'm just so tempted to check it, and my life does revolve around football and content creation, so it is hard. Do we go for Richarlison, guys? Do we do it? Or do we have João Pedro? Oh, God. Wolves are bad. Wolves are bad, aren't they? Wolves are bad. João Pedro more reliable? Is he? Is he? It would mean booking in a transfer in 2 weeks, and that is my only concern. But it does feel quite fun. It does feel quite fun for today. I'm not dropping Gokres for people asking me about that one. I'm not going to drop him because I want him next week anyway for West Ham. Yeah, Sanchez will start because he is suspended. His suspension, was in the other game. What other game? Yeah, the game against Lincoln, where he would have got his suspension back. That one game missed there, so yeah. JP against his whole club. Yeah, it is. I'm doing a wildcard 7 and triple captain Haaland this week. Who do you think? What do you think that will work out? Should I do something else last minute? That's fine. If your team's fine for this week, then yeah, that's okay. But maybe you are missing out on quite a lot of value picks. No worries, mate. No worries. Having 1.2 million in the bank with this team is crazy. Yeah, it is. It is frightening. But at the same time, it just gives me a lot of flexibility, doesn't it? Really. Got money tied. Yeah, I've not owned João Pedro this season, so I don't have anything tied in him. I can have some fun against him, I guess. He just is nailed, though. That's the only problem. He is very, very secure with his minutes. Richie could start 2 full 90s and maybe miss out on the game at the weekend. It could happen. It could happen. It could very well happen. Yeah, Richarlison or João Pedro is the move that we've got to decide before we finish up. That is the big move that we've got to obviously decide. I need to get my bench boost out of the way. I haven't played my bench boost yet, so no point going for Gui. And that defence doesn't really need upgrading. Like, most weeks we're going to be rolling out with Gabriel, Senesi, Tark, or Anderson. Rodon's only there for the bench boost and if we really need him. I might regret Richie long term. Hey, Richie, you blow my mind, you blow my mind. Hey, Richie. Hey, Richie. Oh, is that true? Emma, is that true? João Pedro only trained for the first time yesterday after his own fitness issues following the Manchester United game last week. But he's expected to be fined for inclusion. No way. If that's the case, that might be the cherry on the cake I needed to see. If that's genuinely a true quote, let me have a look what that guy's Twitter is. Let's have a look. K. N-G-I-L-L. Got him. Only trained for the first time yesterday after his own fitness issues. Is expected to be fined for conclusion. Okay, that's a quote. Okay. Yeah, I might go with Richarlison then. I think that genuinely might be the nail on the coffin. Like the coffin. What's the quote? The nail in the coffin. I was nearly saying a different one. Yeah, that could be the one. Doesn't mean a thing. I think it does. I think it does. If he's not trained and they're like worried about his fitness, then yeah, that's a dodgy one. That. Hey man, would you start Gabriel or Gyökeres? I have JP and could bench him as well, but not sure if he'll start. I think I'd play João Pedro still. JP party will be there. I know for a fact. Nail in the JP coffin. Yeah, Richie stock has never looked so good. It's never looked so good, has it? It just is his own. JP Hattie, we will be there. Fair enough. Fair enough. It is one of those where it's like, maybe. Only trained yesterday is a big flag for me. I'd rather start Tarkowski this week. Yeah. Enzo says, I still think he will start. Maybe comes off around 65. I'd rather have a player that plays full 90s for the next two against Wolves and Leeds. I would. Yeah. No, I don't need three forwards all the time. I think eventually we will ship out one of the forward slots anyway. Once we've got the bench boost out of the way, we're going to ditch that forward. Hey man, would Virgil be an upgrade on Tarkowski for the next 5? Could be, but I think I'd still probably, look at it. Reinders or Caicedo? Sorry if already discussed. Stephen, I would rather play Reinders this week ahead of Caicedo. I think this Burnley fixture is definitely one we want to attack. I think Caicedo will probably hit his 4-pointer. But yeah, I probably would go with Reinders on that one, my friend. No, I'd start Gabriel. I'd still start Gabriel ahead of that one. Are we going with Richie? I think we're going to go with Richie, I think we're going to go with Richie. I think we're giving João Pedro the finger again. And it could bite me in the arse again, as it has done at the start of this season. We do have a lot of money left as well. We do have a hell of a lot of flexibility. After that, I'm not gonna spend that money. By the way, I'm not gonna spend that money. I'm gonna leave it. This is how we're gonna go for it. I think. Carter, thank you very much for the £5 donation, man. Really appreciate that. Donations have been flying in today. Morning, hope you're all good. Have a good game week. I'm doing a mad one this game week. Going without Haaland, I have 8 mil in the bank, but putting my captain on Isak. Well, I wish you the best of luck, mate, and I hope you have a massive sofa at 3 o'clock to hide behind. Alex says he's not too worried about João Pedro. I think Gokra is probably more longer term, right? Yeah. Transfer in Senesi and Saar. This is tough. Yeah, I think João Pedro will probably be the move anyway in 8 or 9. Yeah, he said he's fit to play, but the fact that he only trained yesterday does put some doubt around it. And we've got to remember, the last time he came back from international break, Maresca wasn't happy. He wasn't a happy bunny. So yeah. Any news on Haaland starting? Nothing yet, but he will be. He will be. I've just realised it is past. We've got another round of team reviews to do. So let's do these, shall we? Let's do these while I think on my decision. While I ponder my decision, shall we say? I cannot remember where we were down to. So, this is tough. Where were we down to? Maybe we did Chewies. I think we might have done this one. I'm gonna start from the. No, we did that one. We did that one. I'm not in a wild card. I'm triple captain in. Out Rodgers. Yeah, I would start. I think I probably would. Yeah, go with that as the side. I really would. Yep, that'd be fine. This is my wild card team. Any suggestions on it? And I'm also planning to bench boost in 8. I would. If you're gonna bench boost in 8, you might as well go and get Dubravka and save yourself 0.5. You might as well. You might as well. Simple as that. Played free transfers for Semenyo and Foden and Senesi. Should I use my last one to sell Ekatike to Gokres, or just leave 2 next week, or for more info and sell Watkins instead? Played free transfers for Semenyo, Foden and Senesi. Should I use my last one to Ekatike to Gokres? I mean, Ekatike probably and Watkins are both going to be long-term sells anyway. And Gokres, it's not the most ideal fixture this week, so if you don't want to go for it, I get it. You could maybe go for next week. TC has acted, had a benching decision to make. Anderson, Lacroix, Elliott, gone with Lacroix on the bench, as Elliott should start since he got no minutes on Thursday. And I think both defenders got DEFCON last week, so yeah, based. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's fine, Abby. I think that's fine. Andy's team... Let's have a look at this one. Petrovic, Chalobah, Timber, Senesi, Salah, Semenyo, Reinders, Rice, Haaland, João Pedro. Very nice. And he's gone Richarlison. Richarlison is in there. By the way, there's over 400 people in today's stream, which is, yeah, mental. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that one. Let's see if we can hit 200 likes on today's stream. Would be great to see. No wildcard, Tom. Used it in game week 4. Think I'll keep it basic. What do you think? My rank is 1.4 million at the moment. Love your videos, by the way. Really appreciate that one, man. Yeah, I guess there's got to be a route to Haaland, but if you're going to go with Salah, yeah, I get it. But like I said, it is going to be a big sofa to hide behind for the 3 p.m. today if you've not got Haaland in. Gonna drop Richard to Gokres in game week 8. Who should I start in the mid at the moment? I would start Semenyo. I mean, you could. I think realistically that's a starting 5. I think if I was you, I'd probably be tempted to go and get Gokres ahead of João Pedro or Richarlison and just bench them and then play that midfield 5. Is how I would feel right now, because that midfield 5 is ridiculously strong. Wildcard draft, 1.6 million in the bank. Think I've got a nice bench boost for game week 8 as well. Yeah, with your Leeds and your Burnley boys. Looking steady, looking good. I like it. Yeah, decent looking team. You've got Haaland and Salah. Obviously, no Bruno, my boy, but the rest of the team looks very, very good across the board. Who do I captain? Oh, no Haaland. Probably then, yeah, Salah or Semenyo is going to be your boy if you've got no Haaland. Kind of want a few differentials, but finding it hard to break out with the template wildcard. The template is just so good. And I think if you do want a differential, maybe João Pedro out, join the Richie gang. But yeah, the template is ridiculously strong. It is. I think that midfield spot is your differential where you can get it, or probably one of your forwards. This is my team. I don't know if I should start Munoz or Cash. I'd play Cash. It's actually been quite good. And quite a few models are predicting him to be good. TC Haaland. This is going to be the final one from Moon. Yeah, send it, mate. Enjoy it. Hopefully it works out for everybody on the TC this week. I hope so anyway. I really do hope so. The people that are on TC, I really hope. I really genuinely do hope it works out wonders for you. So yeah, thank you very much for everybody on today's stream. You've been absolutely smashing it out the park. Let's keep that going. Let's keep the likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in as well. Like I said, we're on that road now to 20k subscribers. Yeah, we've got 407 people sat in today's stream, which is unbelievable. Genuinely unbelievable. And yeah, unreal. Palmer to Reinders, Anderson to Ndai, and take a hit for Senesi or Gabriel this week, or play Nico double Spurs. I'd probably play Nico in the double Spurs. I think that would be fine for one more week. Take a hit next week to get Gokres and Gabriel. Yeah, I think there's probably big upside in that with the West Ham fixture, right? Bench Gabriel or Romero or Virgil. I think I'd probably be tempted to bench maybe Virgil. Tough one to say. Gakpo to Foden or Wood to Isak for a punt. I'd rather go Gakpo to Foden in my opinion. Should I TC Haaland this week or wait till he has Leeds at home? I think you could do it this week. You could do. It's going to be a great week to do it, so maybe get it out of the way. And die to Foden instead. I do like Ndai as a long-term pick. I think he is just good. Harvey Elliott as a cheap midfielder? No, won't go near it. I think we've got plenty of better options in my opinion. His minutes haven't been good at the moment. Best Palace defender, it probably is Lacroix, but Richards is also decent value as well, with him hitting Defcon quite frequently. But now, do I play double Gabriel and double Spurs, or Gabriel, VDV, and Richards next week? Play Gabriel, VDV, and Richards next week. That'll be fine. Porro or Mickey van der Ven. I think probably if I was on a wild card, I wouldn't have either, but if I had to pick one, probably van der Ven. Good morning, Tom. Gvardiol, love on a wild card. I get it. City's not a bad team to go and target. I do get it. If you want to go down that route, I don't mind it. Hi, Tom. Great stream. Could you help me out? Benching headaches. Rogers, Saw, or Anderson? I'm guessing that's Anderson from Fulham. I'd be tempted to play Anderson from Fulham. Yeah, I really would. Why don't you put Kudos in over Ndai? Way better fixtures for the next 4 weeks. Ndai's just got multiple routes to points, and that's why I like Ndai ahead of Kudos. But I understand your merit. I just, again, I like Ndai. Play Virgil or Gabriel this week. I play Gabriel. On a wildcard this week, thinking of going Isak as a differential, and I'm carrying 2 frees. I just don't like it for me. I just don't like Isak on a wildcard. Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Then move back to Gokres next week. I think you are just probably booking in one too many transfers over the next few weeks. Yeah, I think you probably are booking quite a few transfers in over the next few weeks, so that would be my only concern with that one. It is kind of like a lot of like flip-flopping, you know what I mean? The fact that you have Digne or Bassi, I mean, I probably would play Bassi. Yeah, it's a bad set, isn't it? Start Gabriel or Anderson? I would start Gabriel. By the way, we only need 13 more likes on today's stream to hit the 200 mark. So do keep liking the stream. Yeah, agreed. What team do I support? I support Mansfield, who play in League One. They're my team. All right, they're my team. That's the team I support. Oh, do we keep Richie? Yeah, a lot of injuries coming. A lot of injuries coming. Do we go Zhao? Do we go Richie? Still the big debate, isn't it? Zhao or Richie? Oh, God. Zhao or Richie? Zhao or Richie? What about Foden, Tom? Nah, yeah, I'm not there with Foden. Not for me. Oh, I'm so confused which way to go for. Do we go Zhao or do we go Richie? It's going to be so difficult. We have just hit over 200 likes on today's stream. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Richie, go against the template. The template is very strong, though, isn't it? I do need to decide now. Yeah, playing against the old club factor is one. Zhao will be injured with a week. Yeah, Richie is guaranteed minutes, at least for this game, with Kolo Muani and Solanke still out for now. But Solanke is back in training. Wolves are awful. Wolves are genuinely terrible, aren't they? It does give me some Spurs coverage. It gives me a player that is on penalties. Like, because the thing is, the team next week would then have João Pedro against Liverpool, which doesn't feel like the most optimal thing. So I can miss out the Liverpool game, and then I can get João Pedro back. Let me have a look. Yeah, Richie ahead of Ndai. Oh, Richie ahead of Ndai. Let's have a look. I've just seen Rob's posted the updated projected numbers. 1.85 for Tottenham is the second highest this week. City, obviously, by and large, clear. Yeah, they're really, really fancied, aren't they? Chelsea 1.77 against Brighton. Projected points. It's tight. It is tight between the pair. Why no Salah, though? I'm just going with no Salah because I do believe... Yeah, I do believe that no Salah is the approach for the next two. Yeah, I mean, I just want Gok for, like, next week. Like, I don't want a 1 week punt. I want, like, a 2 week punt. And I think Richie could give me that. Hi, Tom. How would you fit Foden into your squad? I would probably try and upgrade Caicedo or Reinders. Maybe drop Gok down for this week. Who takes penalties for Spurs? It is going to probably be Richarlison right now. I mean, it is, but Sunderland have been actually quite good at the start of this season, haven't they? They've been ridiculously good. João Pedro or Richarlison? João or Mateta? I think you go João Pedro ahead of Mateta, right? Very good point, Andy. Very good point. Dewsbury Hall on a yellow. Jack can't play the City game. I'm going to bench and die for that game anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah. I'm not too concerned. Yeah. This is the final decision, I think. Is it, do we go with the template João Pedro or do we go with Richarlison? What was my score last week? 49. We got like a 1 green arrow. 49. Yeah, mental. Hey, Tom. How would you fit Isak into this team? Probably Gok up. Yeah, could be a wait and see. Could be a wait and see. You've got like so many injuries in that squad. Are Chelsea even going to be like fully fluid? It's a good point. It is a very, very good point. Am I playing double Arsenal defence? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're playing double Arsenal defence. Because you got to think, right? I could have talked you into a Richie then. Bro, I think you requested, right? You requested Mike. I was just a bit of a boomer and I don't really know how to do a space. So, yeah. Thank you for, like I said, guys, for over 200 likes on today's stream. Thank you for helping the channel hit 19k, by the way, as well. Like, just unreal. Just unreal, isn't it? Yeah. Unreal. Let's do a poll, Richie or Pedro. I did one and Pedro won. Matthew says, hey, Wolves are shite, but unbeaten against Spurs since 23, winning their last 4 out of the 5. Bogey team. Don't! Oh, Matthew, what have you done to me? Matthew, what have you done to me? Oh, dear. The Newcastle-Arsenal game screams 0-0. I think maybe 0-0 or like 1-0 Arsenal. You have turned me. No worries, Jamie. No worries, man. Hey, Tom, help me bench one. Anderson, Van de Ven, Dijk, or Caicedo. Probably either Anderson or Caicedo. Probably the ones, right? Doku, King, Goodmanson, or Reinder. Or probably the Reinders option. Would you go Anthony for bench boost 8 and Donnarumma or Gvardiol? Probably Donnarumma. You just save yourself the headache. Anthony, I get if you want to go for the bench boost, but it does seem weird just wanting to play for 1 week. Interesting on the Fantasy Football Hub one. Interesting stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I think we'll probably do another one. I hope. Thank you, though, man. Who are the free hit players to own 100 mil in the bank? I think you have probably look at Spurs with Wolves. Probably Richarlison, Kudus, and a defender. I think you pick Triple City, Haaland, Foden, Reinders, probably the ones, or maybe Donnarumma in goal. I think you probably look at a West Ham, Tark and Dye, maybe a Grealish. I think you look at Semenyo and Senesi. Bruno probably still makes it in there because it's Bruno and it's Brentford. So, yeah. Who am I doing here? Team reviews have already been done. We've done 3 rounds of team reviews. So, yeah, just make sure you come in early for that one. Hey, Tom, should I wildcard? I answered that one. I probably would say no if you're fancying it, yeah. Am I the only person who likes arranging their starting lineup so the colours look more pleasing on the eye? Probably, my friend. Probably are. Yeah. Keep your questions coming in, guys. Anything you want to ask me, let me know. Let me know in the chat, and we'll try and answer as many questions as we can before we wrap up today. I'm thinking Salah out for Mbeumo in. Should I go Bruno instead and Coopering out and Gokres and save the money? I probably would. Yeah, I probably would do those moves. I could maybe go without Gok for this week, but I want him next week. Hmm. Tempted to bench Gakpo for Munoz. No, I think I'd play Gakpo ahead of Munoz. Captain Doku or Salah. Maybe you get a bit of that City coverage. Maybe you go for it. Oh, it is tempting. It is tempting. It is very, very tempting to go with Richie. It is just so tempting. It is ridiculously tempting. Yeah. Bergvall is looking good, but I probably wouldn't go there. Should I play Mateta or Paqueta? I'd probably play Paqueta. On a wild card, is Foden, Reinders and Haaland to City worth it? Think you should put Kudus in instead of Ndai? No, I won't do that. Kudus or Foden? Probably Foden. I think could be a little bit more explosive. Yeah. I mean, if we don't go Gok, this is my thinking. If I don't go Gok, we could, theoretically, if we don't go for Gokeres, we could then maybe look at Saka next week. Let me have a play. Let me have a play before we finish up. So, if I restore João Pedro and we get Richie in that slot, we got 2.4 in the bank. We got 2.4 in the bank. That then gives me... I want to get rid of Bruno. No, I don't want to get rid of Bruno. So Gok's going to stay. Gok's going to stay. Yeah. Yeah, it's still realistic. There's so many weeks left. Like, honestly, do not worry about your rank this early doors. Like, it will get better. You will go up. Don't worry about it. Don't deep it too much, okay? Don't deep it too much. Gabriel and Califury picks over Gabriel and Tarkowski. Probably not for me. Start Petrovic or Raya. I think you probably played Petrovic this week, right? Hi, Tom. Should I play the wild card? Depends how bad your team looks and how much you need it. Opinions on captain in Richarlison. Now we're getting silly. Now we're getting silly, aren't we? Thoughts on Declan Rice? Probably a no-go for me personally. Yeah, probably a no-go. Right, I'm going to quickly do some things on my laptop to have a little bit of a lucky look. So, that's that team. Let me... And... Right. Do I just stick with what we've got? Do I just stick with what we got? Do I just stick with what we got? Do I gamble on Richarlison or do I not? Is the big debate. And I still don't know. And I'm still up in the air whether or not I do. Yeah. I'm unsure. Let me put it this way to you guys. I am very unsure on what we do. I don't know whether or not to gamble. I don't know if we just stick with as is. Because the template team is template and it's very good. And I nearly did a Bruce Forsyth impression then. But yeah, it is good. It is a good team. It's a very good team. I've already whipped the coin out. The coin said go for Richarlison. The coin said go for a Charlison. When am I bench boosting? Probably maybe like 8 or 9. Yeah. I'd still do Bruno and João Pedro. Like I still probably would. Yeah. Because I think. Let's have a look. Richarlison. It is a toughie. It is a toughie. After a week of planning, yeah, there was always going to be one decision, right? There was always going to be one decision that we were going to come down to. Do we play Richarlison or do we play João Pedro? He long term, I 100% agree. He is. It would be like a 1-2 game week punt, and we get Wolves and Leeds. Yeah. Who's the best captain out of Bruno, Semenyo? I probably would have it either on Bruno or Semenyo, in my opinion. Play Anderson, Fulham, or Munoz. I play Anderson. Like, Villa have been terrible. Yeah. Gabriel is probably the set piece threat. That's probably where people are looking at it, realistically. Realistically, that's probably where people are looking at it. I'm still massively undecided, so I will probably post my final team on Twitter. So make sure you follow me on there. Yeah, I'm genuinely massively still undecided whether or not I go for Richie or I go João Pedro. Yeah. Yeah, fair. Why not Caicedo? Yeah, the coin again said we should go Caicedo ahead of Gok. The coin did say go Caicedo ahead of Gok. It is against his old club as well, so maybe there could be one. Thank you for another donation, Matt. He says, Tom, I watch Wolves every week. Trust me, Spurs will score at least 3 today. Our defence is slow, disorganised and open. Richie will 100% bag points. Don't say that. You swayed me one way, you've swayed me back the other. Which two do I start? Eze, Mateta, Munoz, Anderson, please. I would start Anderson and Eze. Yeah, they'd be my two. Van der Ven over Anderson. Probably this week, given Spurs high percentage chance of a clean sheet. Yeah, I probably would do it that way. Probably would. Sells or Henderson this game week? Sells, obviously. Hey Tom, Senesi or Van der Ven? Senesi just is. Yeah, I probably would do it that route round as well. This is tough. This is tough. This is very tough. Yeah, I'm honestly still really undecided on this decision. On João Pedro or Richie for the next two. Yeah, people asking me about why not Richie instead of Gok. I could do. I really could do. I could do it as a 1 week punt. I could do it as a 1 week punt and go and get Gok next week. It's not a bad shout, is it? It isn't a bad shout. It would automatically mean, though, I book a transfer in and I take a player out against Leeds. Like, if he scores 3... Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? The reason I've gone with Rodon is I just fancy Leeds, and they offer me the 9 bench boost as well if I wanted to go for it, whereas I'm pretty much restricting myself to the 8 bench boost if I were to go for the Sunderland defenders. So yeah. Maybe we do go Richie ahead of Gok. And then we can go and get Gok next week. But again, is it worth the transfer? On a 1-week punt, is it really worth the transfer? I don't know. I don't think it is going to be worth the transfer, is it? Has Gok gone up in value? No, he's still at 9. Still at 9 million, so yeah. Wouldn't want to pay 9.1 million now. No, true. He hasn't gone up, though. Hasn't gone up in price, so you'd still get him for 9. I don't know. I'm unsure. I prefer doing it for João Pedro than Gok. Yeah, I think so as well. I think like Gok is just going to be a player I want to have like long term. Thoughts on Xavi for Gakpo? Yeah, I don't mind that. Opinions on Ped Porro, not worth 5.5. Sorry if I banged the mic. I didn't mean to. As you can see, a lot of the big boys are going live over on YouTube now as well. Your Raptors, your Andys, your Harrys. I can see Harry's live already as well. So yeah, I imagine a lot of people are probably going to be dropping out of the stream pretty soon, and we'll be ending up and wrapping up in a little bit anyway as well. But yeah, the wildcard team, eh? The wildcard team. Aye. Just looking at Raptors team now. He's got the same front three. It's pretty much the same team, isn't it? He's got Anderson, Stack, Rodon, whereas we've obviously got big boy Caicedo in there. Yeah, we've got the big boy Caicedo. Yeah. Hey Tom, would you go Gravenberch over Gokeres? Nah, I won't do that. Apparently Richie's going to go up in price as well tonight. Nice. Lots of people must be bringing him in already then. But yeah, what a quality stream it's been, by the way. We hit 19k subscribers. We've hit 19k subscribers. Over 200 likes again on a stream. But yeah, here I am, still unsure whether or not we lock it in like this and go very, very template, or we take a punt on Richie. And I think, yeah. It's one of those, isn't it? It is one of those. I'm waiting for Jamie's big post about Richarlison. Thank you, Tom. Always enjoy your stream and prefer it to the big boys. Thank you very much, Terry. Appreciate that, man. We're trying our best. We're trying our best out here. I think we're probably going to leave it. We're probably going to leave it, and we're going to leave it right there with the team that we've currently got set up. I don't think I'm going to make any more changes. I don't think. If I do bring in Richarlison, I will tweet about it. But I think I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. All right, we're going to leave it. We're going to play with what we've got. We're sticking with the plan. Maybe we might go Richarlison. I don't know. Potentially. Who knows? We'll be back later tonight. There's something about Pedro as well. Did you put it in the Discord, Jamie? Did you put it in, or are you just still typing it? I can't shake the feeling that this is the week Watkins comes alive. Yeah, Watkins is definitely going to come alive this week, isn't he? It's just going to happen. Just brace yourself for it. But no, like, even if he scores one, you probably built a better team. Yeah, you probably built a better team. Why don't you get Spurs players? Bro, we've been debating it all stream whether or not to get Richarlison or stick with João Pedro. We have indeed. Take the punt, people are saying. I get that. I do get it. Go, Richie. Go, Richie. He blows your mind. Hey, Richie. Hey, Richie. I think you want Gok more longer term. So, yeah. I think that's a decent, steady pickup. That's a decent, steady pickup there. I think I'm gonna make some new graphics for next week as well, because realistically we can shorten this bit now. They've changed the UI, so I can shorten this a little bit, and then we can have like scores or something down the side. Watkins, once he pops off, the confidence, yeah. Yeah, he's got absolutely no confidence, though. I agree with that point. I do agree with that point, to be honest. He has got initial confidence right now. Right, I think, guys, we're going to leave it there. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. I'm probably going to cry myself to sleep. Yeah, probably cry myself to sleep. And, yeah, I genuinely don't know what else to do. If Richarlison scores, I will probably end up crying. But like I said, we're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for everybody on today's stream. You've been absolute legends as always. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button for future content on the channel. It is always appreciated. Like I said, we're on that road to 20k now. We're at 19k right now. We're closing in on it, okay? We're closing in on it. We're getting closer by the day. We're going to do it very, very soon. So, yeah, thank you for everybody today. Thank you for the amazing content and everything like that. Best of luck to everybody. Like I said, I'll post my team on Twitter. If I do go for Richie, you'll see it. But otherwise, this is probably going to be the team. All right, peace out. Thank you very much, guys. See you very shortly.